Well, this is Baruch Fleischman, Saba, the Tikkun Elevator, Kolo, and your personal lift manager. So we've been learning Parshas Pinchas, and we're going slowly and looking at it and trying to develop it as we go along, and it is my goal that God should give me strength, and I should live long enough and be strong enough to be able to finish Parshas Pinchas, but it's a big deal. It's a lot of pages here. Many, many different kinds of ideas, and we've been dealing with the Eruv Rav here. Of course, Pinchas has a great deal to do with the Eruv Rav. Let's see what the Rav says, what Rebbe Shimon says in the Zohar. He said, not only we're talking about the problems that the Eruv Rav give us, but when the Jewish people are in Gallut, which we are in exile now, Alaihu Itmar, on them it says, Mi ma'akev sa'or shebe'isa, who will hold back the leavening agent or the yeast from the bread, from the dough. And so the masters of the mitzvah, the teachers of the Mishnah have already said, Bezimna the Eruv Rab Inan Rashim al Yisrael. When the Eruv Rab becomes the head of the Jews, Kaviyochu Ke'ilu Avadim Sholtim de Kucha Barichu, that the Avadim really, Sholtani de Kucha Barichu, are really the rulers of a Kodesh Baruch Hu. Avrim Sholton de Kucha Barichu. They removed the rulership of a Kodesh Baruch Hu via all lon b'mishpat kochavai b'zol, and instead would become under the domination of the stars and the planets. Now, if you were listen to Rabbi Yaakov Cronenberg, you see he's saying that this is the same idea. Then your fate is that you are not above the stars. In other words, your destiny is already written. There's nothing you can do about it. The begin dawn, for this reason, Tzavachim v'amrim, they cry out and they say like this, Hashem, Elokeinu, our God, Ba'alunu Adonim Zulasecho, we have been dominated or subjected, what's the right word? To other masters. In other words, to the stars. In other words, that we have lost our ability to be able to change our destiny. So let's see what this says like this. The Matuk B'Devas says, "Below od kol b'nei Yisrael begalusa, when we're in Ella kasher b'nei Yisrael heim begalus, as we are in exile now. V'hein mo'ravim ima Eruv Rav, and we're mixed in the Eruv Rav. Nobody knows who they are. They're amidst the they could call Jews. Aleichem ne'emar, on these people it says, mi ma'akiv sa'or shebe'itza kalomar." That is, who holds back the yeast from the dough. The door will rise. So that the Eruv Rab who are mixed in with us, because is like yeast and dough, and therefore they don't allow it to be natural, and they change everything, and they hold back the geula. So the Baalei Mishnah have explained this. They say like it, at the time that the Eruv Rav become the heads of the Jewish people as we are in exile. So that, as we say like this, as the geula is lengthened and it's held back, in other words, we're not getting redeemed, it appears as if what's happening is that the rulership of a Kodesh Baruch Hu has been removed. Translation. And the Jewish people enter into the laws and the rules and the manners of the ways, the different flows of atmosphere and energy of the Sari Ma'ala, of the princes up above, Hamamunim ala Kochave v'Hamazlos, which are pointed over the stars and the planets. So here we said that the concept of the Sari, this means before the planets. Now we are learning in our series on astrology how it is that the planets are really filters. Behind the planets is an energy source, which is called the Sar. This flows through the energy, brings energy into the planets, which are synced with us. Remember, this all move. We are moving all the time, and the planets are moving along with us. And the Sar is behind the planets, so to speak. It's that energy behind them. And it's in sync with us. And the energy is not all the same. It changes. And that's the horoscope with the 12. There are actually 12 different kinds of energies there. So he says, so this is the flow, the streaming that comes from those Sari Ma'ala, which control the stars, the planets. So therefore the Jewish people cry out and they said, Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem our God, Ba'aluno Adonin Zolosecho. They have come to dominate us, other masters besides you. Shem Sari Ma'ala, which once again are these energy sources that we say that come from beyond. So now we have this little piece here from the Matuk, and let's hear what he says. Hagam Eruv Rav Sheyatzach beBitzrayim Kulu v'nishbederu b'shitim k'nizke v'zohar. Now the Zohar, I'll translate and I'll say it. I have the same question, because here we're coming back and talking about the Eruv Rav that is mixed in with the Jewish people today. He says that the Eruv Rav that is what we have this, whereas we already saw that the Zohar says that they were all destroyed in Shittim at the time of Cosby and Zimri. K'nizke v'zohar. Aval nishmol seichum boz the olam ayedecha kama aboinus, but their neshamas came back into this world because of many different sins. The babrat imlo makadshim atzman b'shas tashmis, and specifically at this time, when a person enters into living with his wife, tashmish, but the person doesn't makadish himself first. In other words, he says the Shem Shemayim. V'heim heim aze panim shebedor, and these are the arrogant ones, the bold ones of the dead generation. This is Baruch Fleischman. This is the Tikkun Elevator Kollel.